complex issues through the hip hop lens, hosted by none other than Professor Griff, the co-founding member of the legendary hip hop group Public Enemy.
On Sirius Mindz Radio.
What did you say? Check you get you in the check you get you free speech.
I have a duty to perform. With Sirius Mindz family. And further details of this continuing story.
I'll give you the story.
Why didn't you listen to me?
I demand, I insist.
Why didn't you listen to me?
You know, I bet I can guess what's on your mind.
Bet you can.
Sirius Mindz.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Why didn't you listen to me?
Listen, listen, listen. Now listen.
There is one vital fact I would like to submit. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Check you get you in the check you get you free speech.
Got an outing to get acquainted with my brother's friend, Brother Professor Griff, and welcome him.
We may have had differences.
Brother Professor Griff, and welcome him. Brother Griff, are you there? Make sure you get him up.
Check you get you in the check you get you free speech.
I've heard so much about him. But in a few minutes, you're going to hear from him.
Thank you very much from the Sirius Mindz family. Peace.
Peace, 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 peace. What's good? What's good? Greetings, everyone. All right, as y'all already know, this is Professor Griff from the legendary hip hop group Public Enemy. What's good, everyone? Shout out to the Sirius Mindz family. Greetings, peace, hotep, shalom. What's good with everyone? All right, I know I'm like 40 minutes like late. All right, but one of those situations where life gets you that way. But it's a beautiful thing when you have these kind of platforms where you can just kind of go on and it sends out notifications to let everybody know that you're in the building. So shout out to the Sirius Mindz family. All right, so whatever school of thought that you actually come from, wherever you are in your life, all right, whether you're transitioning into consciousness or whatever it is, I'm going to greet you with a civilized greeting in a very uncivilized time as I get myself together here. Peace to everyone. It's a beautiful thing. Tonight's subject, we're going to talk about this whole idea of what's COVID-19 hidden right in front of us. Was it hidden in plain sight? All right. Was it hidden in plain sight? Shout out to everyone that's gave $1, a dime, $10,000, $1 million, just your energy, your time. Shout out to everyone that's donated to the Sirius Mindz platform. Really appreciate that. So I have some good news and some bad news. Which one y'all want first? The platform is the people's platform. Of course, we already know that. All right. You'd like to become one of the beautiful people that support this particular platform, just send me an email at seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com so we can add you to the list and just kind of let you know everything that's going on. If you would like to place an ad on this platform, all right, because we need everybody over here on IG to come on over here to Sirius Mindz RnTv on YouTube and Facebook. All right. But anyway, in the meantime, between times, if you'd like to place an ad here, just give me a call at 678-557-2919 or just give me, hit me up with a text and we can make that happen. Hold on for a second. Let me sync this up. Bluetooth. Let me sync it up with my board here. Yes, we're going to do some syncing. All right. How's everyone doing out there? Is everyone good? Is everyone good? Everyone good? All right. Cool. Cool. All right. Some people passed on some information on to me today that I said to myself, okay, I had to share it with the Sirius Mindz family. But good news is that this is bad news and then follow it with the good news. Oh, okay. The bad news is that certain platforms, I'm not going to mention who they are, not individuals. Hold on for a second. This thing is asking me a question. It is asking me, do I want a link to your guest pro is now discoverable? Okay, I'm trying to discover it. Hold on 1 second. It's asking me to discover it, and I'm trying to discover it, but it's not discoverable. It's saying it is, but it's not. Hold on for a second. Smart mesh. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. The bad news is certain platforms blocking certain information from getting through, redirecting URL. And when I go to look at the donations that are that I watch every single night, that's coming up on the screen, and I go back and check, that then even when people give on, in other ways, it's almost like, yeah, they're either there, not there, and something funny is going on. All right, so the good news is I'm going to have to create, which I really didn't want to do because I've been fighting it all of this time. Would you like to pair a smartphone or a tablet? Yes, I would. Tap on RnTv Pro in your Bluetooth settings. I'm in my Bluetooth settings. Y'all are not letting me plug up. Come on now. In my Bluetooth settings. I have to set up a Patreon page. I was shying away and staying away from Patreon simply because I'm not one of those individuals to put people in tiers and on different levels. All right. If we're having a conversation and everybody's joining in on the conversation, then I think everybody should be privy to the information that's being put out there. Right. Okay. So I don't kind of put people in those categories. I'm not going to send some information to some people and other information to other people. And that I just help me wrap my brain around that. All right. I do understand that some people are on here for fun, play, to just because they're bored. And some people on here to really, 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 really learn. All right. So I'm going to figure out a way to set up the Patreon page, and then I'm going to kind of go from there. All right. Why is this thing not syncing? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I got to figure that out. All right. But thanks to all of those people that when I do say you can hit the Cash App, or if you're on here on YouTube, you can hit the Super Chat. All right. I've managed to work a few things out where I'm seeing some of the things, but maybe it's the time that I'm looking at them, because right when I get off, I go to look and I'm seeing certain things there and certain things not there, whatever. So thank y'all very much. Thanks to those people that go right to the not the Super Chat, but they go right to the Cash App to donate. All right. Thanks to those people that go right to my website, www.professorgriff.me. And of course, those people that go right to paypal.me/Professor Griff Corp. All right. So of course, y'all already know this platform is about the business of raising the consciousness level of the people. All right. So we want people to kind of have the dialogue. And then we want people just kind of to have the dialogue. We're not, if I don't necessarily deem somebody to be a threat like that, we're not blocking anyone, because we want to hear what you have to say, whether you agree or disagree. All right. But anyway, so shout out to 16 and happy born day to Quan. I don't think she's gonna be on here because today is her born day. She probably out, doing the happy birthday, happy born day thing. So everybody say happy birthday, happy born day, happy Earth Day to Quan. All right. These bitters are nasty but I guess they're supposed to be. Woo! These bitters, man. I guess that's why they call them bitters. Anyway, shout out to Quan. Happy born day, happy Earth Day. Really appreciate that. Can give a peace sign or Black Power Fist or something to Quan? If y'all don't know who Quan S is my moderator, one of the moderators over here on my platform who holds it down for me. And Lord knows I need it because there be some people coming on here calling me every kind of thing under the sun. All right. Yeah. So anyway, shout out to Quan. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoying your 21st birthday. No, Quan ain't 21. She told me she was 21 today. So, all right. And I'm still waiting for this thing to sync. What is the issue? Your broke as a pro is now discoverable. All right. We're going to try to discover it again then. All right. So today's subject we're going to be talking about was COVID-19 hidden in plain sight. Was COVID-19 hidden in plain sight? All right. So we're going to dive into that once I get this thing synced up. And I am trying to sync it up right now. Hold on. Yes. I'm answering all the necessary questions. Your reservoir is now discoverable. Tap in your Bluetooth settings. I'm in my Bluetooth settings. Let me see. Let's go to the settings. Let's see what else is going on that it's not syncing. Oh, somebody said pay your phone bill. All right. I think I can do that. Hold on for a second. I see it now. Thank you. All right. What? Why not? It says iPhone can no longer connect to the Rodecaster Pro. No, we're not doing that. We're not forgetting this device. Hold on for a second. Wow, I wonder why not. Hold on for a second. All right. We want to. Hold on. All right. I think it's on now. I think we're good. All right. Let me go back to where I was. Hold on for a second. I was there. All right. So was COVID-19 hidden in plain sight? There's a few other things I want to talk about. Shout out to Black Dot and his son. Shout out to Isha Ra. Shout out to everyone in the Sirius Mindz family. Kareem, Muhammad, need to know. All right. What's today? Wednesday, I'm supposed to have the masks, Public Enemy joints. And of course, Malcolm X's born day. When is it? Tomorrow, the 19th, right? My album is coming out on the 21st. All right, so I'm going to celebrate. We're going to do Malcolm X thing tomorrow. We're going to kick it around, and hopefully we can start to talk about how we're going to kick back off the Mic Check 1 2 1 2 on Wednesday nights. We're going to talk about that. And on the 21st, which is on Thursday, I'm going to be on Brother Rich's platform at 11 o'clock at night, and we're going to do a listening party. Every single songs on my album, all 11. Oh, man. Hold on for a second. I can't answer. I cannot answer. I cannot answer. Hold on. I'm live. And the phone is synced to the board. All right. Anyway, in the meantime, between time, we're gonna play. Okay, we're about to pull up. Okay. Hold on. Let me do it like this. Turn that down. Turn this.
You have heard so much about him, but in a few minutes you're going to hear from him.
Greetings, Sirius Minds family. May we come in? Why, sure. Come right in. Make yourself at home. On Sirius Minds Radio. Sirius Minds. Attract Sirius Minds. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Check. You putting me
Show that addresses the complex issue today affecting a human family from the solution think approach that tackles confusing and complex issues through the hip-hop lens, hosted by none other than Professor Griff, the co-founding member of the legendary hip-hop group Public Enemy.
All right, check. Here we go. All right, I'm black. Go ahead. I had to go answer the door. All right. All right. So this idea now of a lot of people saying that it was a natural kind of thing that happened. Some people said it was a virus, chemical and biological warfare that got out of hand, out of control. People are trying to determine whether or not it was from China, from America, who's to blame, who's to fault, while thousands of people passed away. Thousands of people died. All right. Information is coming out, like information is coming out about slowly but surely about what happened in Brunswick, Georgia, with Ahmaud Arbery getting shot by two white supremacists. All right, after he was being hunted and tracked down. So there's some things that's coming out. Someone said there was a fourth person involved now. And not only was there a fourth person involved, the guy in the car filming the whole thing was the main culprit. He was the one filming him from the beginning for 4 minutes. They said, wow, so you filming somebody for 4 minutes. Then he got the other two, the McMichael brothers, on the phone, and they kind of joined in on this quote unquote chase for 4 minutes. And then so the part of the film that we see, of course, it was edited. And then the guy that was filming also admitted that he had showed it to a cop before. So which cop was that? Which police officer was that? So information is slowly coming out. Information is slowly coming out now, and people are blowing the whistle left and right. All right, in reference to the case, in reference to the COVID-19. So I'm going to play that. All right, and then we're going to kind of have that discussion in reference to that. So I'm see if I can put it on the speakerphone so everyone over here in on IG can hear it. I'm sure you guys can hear it over here. Alex Little, what's good with you? Oh, I ain't know today was Sherb's birthday. All right. Shout out to my big sister. All right. Sherba Griffin. All right. Wow, I didn't know that. Aisha Ra. Thanks for letting me know. All right. All right. So here we go. So let me see if I could get this. Hold on.
Okay, I want you to know right up front, YouTube, nothing in this video is my opinion and there is no conjecture. Everything that you see in this video is going to come from government and World Health Organization sources. Let me ask you.
Let me set the video up. Someone sent me this video and it says Michael Moore. All right, so automatically I'm thinking the Michael Moore that we all know. All right, it says, I checked myself. He's right. White people don't hide anything. They're just counting on us not being too lazy and too distracted to look. Just know that anything the corona related was planned over a year in the making. We live in a controlled environment, and everything in a controlled environment is planned. There's no such thing as in a system of racism, white supremacy regarding macro, meaning the larger thing. All right. Or for that matter, the micro, which is the smaller thing, the micro and the macro. All right. Talking about events that occurred on the basis of happenstance or just a coincidence. So this individual is basically saying that this was planned. All right. And he's going to prove how this was planned. So let's listen.
Question before I start. When was the CARES, or Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, written? You would think that it was written after the so-called pandemic. Well, let me show you something real quick. This is from the Associated Press. This video right here is from March 27th, 2020, where it says Trump signs $2.2 trillion stimulus package. And we're going to see that this stimulus package is HR 748, the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Watch this.
Well, thank you all very much. It's a very important day. I'll sign the single biggest economic relief package in American history. And I must.
So it's the single biggest economic relief package in American history. And you would think that would be as a response to, it's written as a response to after the certain pandemic has taken place.
Say, or any other package, by the way. It's twice as large as any relief ever signed. It's $2.2 billion, but it actually goes up to $6.2 potentially trillion dollars.
Okay, so you see he made the mistake of billion to trillion there. Now this is whitehouse.gov. This is the actual transcription of everything that we're going to hear Trump say. I'm not going to play this entire thing, but I'm going to show you this mistake. But it actually goes up to 6.2 potentially billion trillion dollars. So that's everything that he says. And I want to show you this right here real quick. But I want to thank Republicans and Democrats. This is what Trump says in this video right here, dated March 27th, which corresponds with this at whitehouse.gov, remarks by President Trump at the signing of HR 748. Remember that. That's going to be very important here in a second. Signed when? March 27th. That corresponds with this date of this upload by the Associated Press, March 27th. And the reason I'm making a big deal out of this is because we're talking about HR 748. We are not talking about another bill. Trump did not sign another bill. He signed HR 748. That's going to be real important in about a minute. So he says this. I want to thank Republicans and Democrats for coming together, setting aside their differences and putting America first. You don't put America first when you sign a $6.2 trillion corporate/banker bailout, which is exactly what this is. This is not a stimulus for the American people. This is a corporate/banker bailout. But when was this bill introduced? When was it written? It had to be after the pandemic came along, right? Because this is a natural response to what happens after the fact, right? Watch this. World Health Organization says a pneumonia of unknown cause detected in Wuhan, China was first reported when? To the World Health Organization country office in China on 31 December 2019. All right. When was it declared a public emergency? The outbreak was declared a public health emergency of international concern on 30 January 2020. So when was HR 748 introduced to Congress? You would think it would be after January 30th, 2020, right? I mean, it'd be ludicrous to come up with a Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act before coronavirus was ever on the scene, right? This is from congress.gov. You can look this up for yourself. Everything that I'm talking about in this video, I'm going to put all the links in the description and in the pinned comment so you can look this up for yourself and share it with your family and friends who've been deceived by what we're seeing today. Check this out. HR 748, going back to whitehouse.gov. HR 748, the CARES Act. What does CARES stand for? Look at this. Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, or the CARES Act. HR 748, he signs HR 748. He signs it on March 27th, 2020. When was it introduced? Oh, check this out. Introduced 1/24/2019. A full year. A year and 2 months before he sits down at this desk and signs it during a plandemic. Why do we call it a plandemic? Because look, they already had this in the works, guys, on 1/24/2019. Let me show you something else. If you click a link right here on congress.gov, it takes you to this page right here so you can see the movement through Congress all the way to the very end where it becomes a law. When was it introduced? 1/24/2019, introduced into the House. And you can track its movement on the 24th, 2019, 5/21/2019, 7/17/2019. This is into July. And then the cutoff at 7/22/2019 read the second time. Oh, now we're into the pandemic phase. They introduced the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, before coronavirus was even spoken of, before most Americans even ever heard of Wuhan, China. The fingerprints of governmental planning is all over this thing. And then you consider the Rockefeller document, Lockstep, which is found in this document called Scenarios for the Future of Technology and International Development on page 18. Lockstep is a world of tighter top-down government control and more authoritarian leadership with limited innovation and growing citizen pushback, where they talk about the pandemic blanketing the planet. Please share this video with everybody you know. The CARES Act was written 1 year before coronavirus arrived on the scene. They knew what they were going to do before they let you know what they were going to do. Before I go, ask yourself this question. Why is nobody in corporate media talking about this? They have billions of dollars in resources to be able to do this research, and anybody can find it anywhere on the internet, but they're silent about it. Why? The answer is because they're complicit. They're accomplices in this crime. And that's exactly what it is, a crime that's been foisted not only on America, but on the entire world on behalf of the Federal Reserve and the IMF International Banking Cartel. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comment section below. Be sure to look at all the documentation in the description and in the pinned comment and do your own research. Don't let somebody else do your thinking for you.
All right. Okay. All right. So after hearing that, all right, what do you guys think? There are some individuals that I sent this to today that actually took their time and actually looked up some of the information. So let's look up the House Resolution Bill 748, the CARES Act. All right. We have some very intelligent people in the chat. We have some very intelligent people out there that tune into this particular platform. All right. What is the House Resolution Bill HR 748, the CARES Act? What did it consist of? And then what is this whole Rockefeller plan, Operation Lockstep? Scenarios for the future of technology and international development. All right. Professor Griff, what about Madagascar having an herbal remedy? Yes. So yeah, I got some information and I received some information in reference to Madagascar and a couple of other places in Africa having an herbal remedy, but they're being shunned. They're being told that aid will dry up. They're being told a few other things. They're being threatened by a couple of these different banksters. I call them gangsters. They're banksters. You may call them gangsters. You may call them diplomats. You may call them whatever. But these banksters are trying to neutralize and cut off aid and everything else to Madagascar for having the nerve to say they're going to treat their own people with herbal remedies. All right. So as the information slowly but surely gets out and people are becoming hip to what's going on, this is not a new thing that they've been doing. They've been doing this for a long time. All right. So when we talk about places like Madagascar, when we talk about things like the scenarios for the future of technology and international development by the Rockefellers, what is actually in this particular plan? All right, the GBN, the Global Business Network from the Rockefeller Foundation. All right, it says herbal remedies are dismissed. Hold on. Herbal remedies are dismissed by the pharmaceutical industry because they cannot profit from healthy people. And you're absolutely right, Tobias. They can't profit from healthy people. They want you sick and to keep you sick. All right. So it says this report was produced by the Rockefeller Foundation and Global Business Network, May of 2010. We're talking about Operation Lockstep. All right. So Alex, is it primarily directed towards the middle class? You said Alan Dershowitz. Hold on for a second. I'm just reading this information. It says, did y'all hear that Trump? Did you hear Trump talk about the mobilizing troops, to get the vaccine out? Or Alan Dershowitz, lawyer, talking about mandatory vaccinations. Well, we've been saying that on here for quite some time now. The mandatory vaccinations. As a matter of fact, way before COVID-19, we've always talked about mandatory vaccinations and the plan that they're going to set up to make sure everyone is chipped and everyone is vaccinated. All right. So each one of us that are on here right now within the sound of my voice, you need to start preparing yourself for that particular battle because it's happening. It's coming. It's not a question of if it comes, but when it comes. All right. It could be next week. It could be tomorrow. It could be next year, but it's coming. And I'm letting you guys know now. And I'm not one of these super guys, super prediction kind of dudes. I don't need to do that on here. The handwriting is already written on the wall. Into September, October roll around, we're going to be in the same situation with wearing masks and gloves, and long lines are going to be at the supermarket for the toilet tissue. So I'm saying to you, stock up a little bit now, get you a secure mask, and get you some gloves. Because it's coming back around again for the second wave. Did you see how these white people are on TV? But because the certain cities and certain states are opening back up, they're actually going crazy. Did what Trump said about the coronavirus, was it true? Did he say it was just going to haphazardly and miraculously disappear? Or did people take time to go out and buy Lysol and drink Lysol or get Lysol injected into your body to clean your body, as your president said? A friend of mine has cured 5 people from coronavirus. I'll send his link. He studied Dr. Sebi for years, and he's very great friends with Sebi's daughter. Okay, I got you, S. Mills. Make it happen. Salute, Black Guerrilla Army. So, with that being said, the idea now of David Rockefeller and the hold on 1 second. The Rockefeller Foundation and the Global Business Network, and this idea of the scenarios for the future of technology and international development. Lockstep. All right. The scenario framework, choosing the critical uncertainties. Lockstep. Why scenarios? Why technology? What's the focal question? Engaging your imagination. Okay. So there's a few people that signed off on this Operation Lockstep. So it says, how might technology affect barriers to building resilience and equitable growth in the developing world over the next 15 to 20 years? So you already know that they operate 10 to 15, maybe 50 years in advance. All right. Hold on. The Rockefeller Foundation and the GBN began the scenario process by surfacing a host of driving forces that would affect the future of technology and international development. These forces were generated through both secondary research, in-depth interviews with the foundation staff, foundation grantees, and external experts. All right. So choosing the critical uncertainties. So they had to choose and create a scenario that would bring some of these particular things into fruition. All right. Lockstep, a world of a tighter top-down government control and more authoritarian leadership with a limited innovation and growing citizen pushback. Lockstep. All right. Hack attack. These are the four elements that they deal with in this particular thing from the Rockefeller Foundation. Hack attack, an economically unstable and shock-prone world in which governments weaken, criminals thrive, and dangerous innovations emerge. Clever together. All right. A world in which highly coordinated and successful strategies emerge for addressing both urgent and enriched worldwide issues. All right. Last but not least, smart scramble, an economically depressed world in which individuals and communities develop localized makeshift solutions to a growing set of problems. Each one of these particular things, they talk what's the low risk, what's the high risk. And then they talk about what is weak and what is strong. And they go over different scenarios that will bring these things about in 2020. What do you guys think of that? Someone sent me some information that said you mentioned something in your book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, that brought something to mind in the scenario that I laid out in reference to the secret covenant. All right. So if you guys want to, if you could pull up the secret covenant, that'd be very interesting. What about the Hegelian dialectic principle, Tobias? Oh, Mob Deep, I got you. Hegelian dialectic. All right. Well, if they have planned on opening the country back up to facilitate a voting charade and show, how is that going to play out? How is the whole voting process going to play out in 2020 when America has to elect a new leader? How is that going to play out with us in the middle of a pandemic? All right. The beginning of the pandemic, it rose. It's falling now, and it's going to rise again. How are we going to elect a president? All right. So S. Mills, his website is www.healinc.us. Healinc.us. So I'm going to look that up right now. www.healinc.us. So just to let you know, S. Mills, we have to be very mindful and have to be very careful when we use the terminology cure and heal and treat, because the people with the white coats will definitely come knocking on your door. Okay. All right, so I'm on the site right now. Hold on. About us, blog, testimonials, enter. Very nice looking site the way he laid it out. All right. So we got the brother's information. All right. Okay. All right. So I see some of the remedies here. Okay, cool. All right. So So that's www.healinc.us. All right. Okay. Go to About Us. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was already there. I wanted to go to the shop. All right. Okay, so anyway, so do we think certain things that I've been reading about that certain people have said in reference to the coronavirus and how to deal with it? Should we go back to traditional, I mean, talking about Black African tradition, not any other tradition. Should we go back to traditional medicines in order to, take care of ourselves? All right. Or should we rely on going to the hospital? Or should we rely on taking the vaccine? All right. What do you think is the better plan for Black people? Alex said yes, herbs and more plant-based. All right. Should we change our diets? Move more towards a plant-based diet? Aisha Ross says yes, of course. Natural plant medicines. All right. Old traditional natural meds. All right. Crystal said. Sometimes people take your bet. Okay. All right. Economic bubbles got their problems eventually. Okay. Agriculture. Yeah. All of us have to go out and get our hands dirty. All right. If you're just tuning in, this is Professor Griff. All right. For Serious Minds. All right. Of course, y'all know my album, The Energy Code. I'm putting the last mix on the last song tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So when I come on tomorrow night, I should have some good news. Thursday, the 21st, at 9, I'm going to discuss it, play a couple of songs here, and at 11 o'clock on Brother Rich's channel, we're going to be going over every song, and hopefully Black Dot, The Pills, some other people will be on, just critiquing the album, listening. It's a listening party. So make sure you'll come on over to Black Magic 363 tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. All right. We're going to have kombucha. We're going to have water. We're going to have, what else? I'm going to take a swig of some bitters. All right. Yeah, so tomorrow night, of course, I'm going to play some of the songs on here tomorrow night. And plus, I'm premiering my video on here on Thursday. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to have some fun on Thursday. All right. Politics do matter. We the people need to politic correctly. Culture is the blueprint for economics and politics. Dr. Leonard Jeffries, of course. And we have to understand that dynamic. All right. So anyway, if y'all still into hip hop, if you still into grasping those some wisdom, pulling some knowledge from some songs, vibing at the same time. All right, Thursday night, set your calendar, 9 o'clock, we'll be on here. All right. I just finished my video yesterday, and yeah, the song is called Information. And it's a different kind of song. I can't wait for y'all to hear it. All right. It's not a situation where you got to come on and judge it, but just check it out. It's like, okay, coming from an OG, yours truly, Professor Griff. All right. So, yeah. Trying to inspire some other artists to not be afraid, to just kind of do their thing, man. Yeah. All right. One last conversation I wanted to bring up before it gets too late. What do y'all think about a black militia? A black militia. What do you think about a black militia? Do black militias exist in America? Black or militiamen, okay? Militia organizations in the United States. All right. Y'all know I cannot do Wikipedia, so I'm going right past that. Black militia of the New South. Okay. So I keep reading little tidbits every now and then here and there about the coming race war. Is there going to be a coming race war, or are we already in it? All right. Okay. So if you say they do exist, but they're not well organized, I know a couple that's kind of organized. They may not let you in to see how organized or unorganized they are, because you actually have to get in by someone co-signing for you, and that person is responsible for you. All right. So is it going to be a race war, or is it going to be a war of haves and have-nots? Thank you, Sexy Dancer 61. She says, nope, Griff, we are in it. The war is already started. We just ain't fighting back. Okay. So the information that came out recently about the white supremacists that shot Ahmaud Arbery, they said they belong to a fraction of the Ku Klux Klan. Are all of these guys interwoven with one another? Is there a plan? All right. Hassan Burton says already happened. Hassan, man, we need to talk, man, before I let people hear my album on Thursday. I want to have a conversation with you. You're right, Crystal. We've been in a race war. Yeah, race war. When I say race war, I mean races at war. Like, yeah. You said it's going to be a class war, but the race system will inevitably put the blame on blacks. A class war. What is a class war? No, Aisha Ra, you're absolutely correct. The emergency preparedness class was necessary and need these lessons every single day. Well, I taught that class several times and attendance was very low. You already know that, Aisha Ra. Very low. So who were the black militia that showed up at the McMichael's house in Brunswick, Georgia? Would you say that they're credible? Would you say that they're necessary? Would you say that they're organized? We need to learn how to shoot, how to assault the target, tactical withdrawal, clean buildings. You learn all of this in the Marines and more. Okay. The golden era master. Then we need you training the troops then. Black people ain't ready for a race war. So built for this shit, 2187. So if we kill one another, right? How are we not ready for a race war when we already killing? We're killing one another. I'm just facilitating a conversation. I'm just asking a question. So Black Ace said basically it's going to happen all at the same time. It's going to be a class war. It's going to be a war between the haves and the have-nots. Racism is going to play its part. And of course, it's going to be a race war. Someone watching this might say, well, Griff, you're fear-mongering. Griff, you're exacerbating the tensions between both black and white, and you're dividing us. So I'm asking you all, on where at are we united? Where I'm dividing black and white. I'm facilitating a conversation. But because I'm having a conversation, people might say that I'm the one fear-mongering. So Alex, you said there's going to be multiple wars simultaneously. Okay. You're right, Donna. Boy, you're absolutely correct. She says there are white folks that are sick and tired, all right, of these 1%, these people that rule. I respect black people have been through much more, but we all in this and have found a common ground, or we lose the coming war. Divide and conquer is how they've always won and have controlled the people. All right. All right. I don't give my opinion on it. That's dangerous. I was asked the question, what does a race war look like in my opinion? I don't even do that. Now, other people on that side, on your side, may give your opinion. But if I say a race war looks like this, y'all going to run off and say, Professor Griff said there's going to be a race war and it looks like this. No, don't do that. Jay, I think that's always going to exist until individuals get that out of their head. This whole idea of internal war that's been going on with black people, light against dark. You know, the Willie Lynch kind of war, the thing that's been put among us. KJ Enterprises, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So I think it's a necessary conversation that we need to have in reference to is the militia rather necessary? That's the question I'm asking. Is a black militia necessary? Should we galvanize all of those that's been in the military, such as myself, to train those of us that need to learn how to protect themselves? Why didn't Ahmaud Arbery have training? All right. The lady Don says for over 100 years, we've been at war. They've always been killing us. Should there be is it necessary? So should we have a black militia? Should we have the Black Cross? Should we have nurses galvanized together, teaching other people first aid, CPR? All right. Should we have teams, cells, tactical teams? All right. Should we find another way to communicate with one another? These are all of the questions that was coming to me over the weekend as I kind of ran through some information. It says chapter 1, America's Violent Decline. I'm reading a wake-up call by Carl T. Rowan, and the article is called The Coming Race War in America. The Coming Race War in America. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, so the Panthers are that and the FOI is that. Okay. Okay. All right. So I can't, in all honesty, we could go over the history of black militia Maybe we'll tackle that conversation tomorrow when we talk about Malcolm X. But what is wrong with us getting together? All right. And to have some kind of organized way that we defend ourselves. All right. KJ Enterprises said military vets like myself must be deprogrammed first. The risk of the Trojan horse infiltration is exceptionally high. Wow. If y'all don't know what the Trojan horse is, go back and look it up. Someone being trained and put among us and then, you know, tearing us down from the inside. All right. How many of us just still want to go with the fact that all we need is Jesus? And we're going to get out of this. We're going to get through the coronavirus and Jesus is going to stop white people from killing black people and shooting us down, whether it's the police or the white supremacists. All right. Abdul Kareem G says we need unity with those on the side of righteous. All right. So I'm going to discuss some things tomorrow, but someone said there's a way we can do that. Like minds, link up with like minds, and you know, if you're from the Jesus sect over here, then y'all train with the Jesus people. All right. Crystal said even Jesus said we have to be wise. All right. Jay says prayer without works of action is not healthy. So we have to be healthy in our approach to how we're going to survive this thing. Good question, Hassan Burden. Where is Christ in the crisis? Where is Christ in the crisis? I thought it was God over everything. I thought it was Jesus over everything with the Christians. How come when the COVID-19 thing hit in the government, the state said you got to shut the church down? You shut the church down. Now, there was one brave pastor, a few of them, who had church anyway. No, you're right, Sexy Dancer 71. So-called Christians lynch black people also. All right. Where is Christ in the crisis? So basically, True TV 79, either way, we can't stop the New World Order, but we must not sell out to it. All right. Even though we can't stop it, he said, we don't need to sell out to it. He said tithes are still collected. That's like 1 billion annually. Wow. Johnny J.D. Combs basically was asking the question, bro, how do we come together without escalating in any? I mean, the people in my little crew, we discuss topics that we don't agree on, but we still got the crew because we know we have to take care of that business. All right. I'm not understanding why y'all, I do understand, but just for conversation's sake, I don't understand why we're still having that conversation. Get with the people that you get along with. Don't worry about the other people in the other groups. All right. What is wrong with everybody that believe in Jesus getting together and y'all train, y'all stock up food, y'all learn first aid and all that kind of stuff. And let's not worry about the other group. All the RPG people over here will do the same thing. All the hip hop people over here, all the people in the Hebrews do their thing, and everybody just kind of do their thing. Because I'm sure all of them don't get along. Am I right or wrong? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Help me out. Okay, built for this ish. You said religion is the main reason why we're not ready for a race war. I hear you. If we can get organized in anything, we would be great. I hear you. Well, sisters and brothers, family, I'm going to let y'all know there are some people that are organized, all right, and that's ready and willing to put in that work. But, you know, we're waiting on y'all. All right. All right, we're about to get knocked off of this IG because I only got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. If you want to donate to the cause or you want some more information about some things, hit me up. All right, the Cash App is $ Professor Griff. My email address is seriousmindsinfo@gmail.com. My website is www.professorgriff.me. Remember, Thursday at 9 o'clock, right here, the energy code. We will be going over the energy code. All right, Professor Griff's energy code right here. All right. All right, everybody on IG, I love y'all to life. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. All right. Now, if the 100 people over here on IG, if everyone would just go to the Cash App and donate $1, all right, we can stock up on some ammo. We can stock up on some first aid, some toilet tissue. Then we can get it to the elderly, to the homeless, to the people that need it. See, we have to think collectively. Cooperative economics. All right, let me know if y'all want to do something like that and we'll talk. But I'm telling y'all, it's coming back around in October. Stock up now. All right, S. Mills, thank you very much. Crystal, everybody over here on IG. All right, the Serious Minds family. All right, somebody send me some information. Let me know how to set up that Patreon thing. All right, and get it cracking. All right, then we'll go from there. I love y'all to like over here on IG. Peace. Professor Griff, man. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. All right. Hold on. Hold up for a second. Matter of fact, hold on for a second. Let me do this here like this. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We don't want to do that. We're messing up already.
You are now listening to Serious Minds RnTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RnTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Serious Minds RnTV with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Serious Minds RnTV. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. Like button, share, subscribe, so we can notify you when the next time we vibe on Serious Minds. Serious Minds for Serious Minds. Seriously. You are now listening to Sirius Mindz RnTv with your host, Professor Griff. The call-in number is 516-654-7688. That's 516-654-7688. This is Professor Griff, and this is Sirius Mindz RnTv. Sirius Mindz for Serious Minds. Seriously.
All right, I am black. All right, so yeah, we was just basically kind of covering this. Was COVID-19 hidden in plain sight? Was it right there all the time? How many people had to die? How many doctors had to come forth and step out of the comfort zone? How many people were jailed? How many people lost loved ones? And we still haven't gotten to the bottom of it yet. The question is, will we ever? Will we ever get to the bottom of it? All right. Are the people that you've elected to office, are they even thinking about getting to the bottom of it? Are they? So I'm just curious as to know who is representing the people, who is speaking for the people, who is there giving the people unfiltered information that's not approved by the government. All right. See, these kind of things we have to talk about because we have to kind of prick the conscience of those individuals that are sitting back comfortable. There are a lot of people that couldn't afford to shelter in place. There's some people that went hungry. There were people, like I told you in 4 broadcasts ago, that was sending me information and sending me pictures of people pulling up in their Mercedes, in their Maybachs, in expensive cars, but at the food bank. Yeah. So if it was not for the banks and this is not my sentiment, but I'm just saying to you, if it was not for the banks and all these other people for giving your student loan and your car note this money, your whatever, yeah, there's certain things that you just had to pay. Like there's just certain bills of mine that regardless of what happened in the world, they just not gonna go away. I gotta pay them regardless. All right. All right. All right. So as always, I appreciate the Serious Minds family. I appreciate the information that's constantly shared. Once again, shout out to Quan. Hope you have a beautiful born day. All right. Make sure you kiss your mom and say a prayer and go to the altar and say some positive words. All right. Remember, where is the question Hassan Burden asked, where's Christ in the crisis? And the other question that I'm reading over here is the coming race war in America. Is it a wake-up call for black people to form black militia? Thanks to everybody that donated. All right. Terrence Bailey, Senior, blessings to you, good bro. Really appreciate you, man. You know I'm a phone call away, good bro. Tobias, thank you very much for your information. Alex Little and all of the Serious Minds family. I got to get off of here because I got to get black to work. I'm in the studio tomorrow. It's the last day. All right. I might even go live tomorrow and give you all the peep as to what's going on in the lab tomorrow as I finish the Energy Code album. All right. I love you all to life. I got to get out of here. This is Professor Griff for Serious Minds for Serious Minds RnTv. All right. Love you all to life. Peace. Stay up.
You have heard so much about him, but in a few minutes you're going to hear from him.
Greetings, Serious Minds family. May we come in? Why, sure. Come right in. Come right in. Make yourself at home. On Serious Minds Radio. Serious Minds. Attract serious minds. Seriously. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Check. You put in the
Show that addresses the complex issue today affecting the human family from the solution think approach that tackles confusing and complex issues through the hip-hop lens, hosted by none other than Professor Griff.
All right, once again, shout out to my big sister Sherb. All right, Aisha Ra, tell Sherb, matter of fact, tell him I give her a belated born day present, man. Her and Quan. All right, let her know the first two shirts I get from the bootlegger, I got them. All right, y'all got them. Quan and Sherb got the first two shirts. The bootlegger said he's gonna come through, y'all. So I'm hoping he come through. All right, Alex. Peace. All right, Sherb. All right, Quan. Happy born day. All right, I'm out. Peace.